Hi! Happy Monday!
Oh my gosh, it is Monday. Happy
President's Day.
Happy President's Day. Surprise, we're live if you didn't know we were going live today.
Surprise, surprise!
Yeah, sorry, I was like totally zoned out when our video started because I was thinking. But yeah, welcome to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome to our live stream. We're gonna be crafting today. Hopefully lots of y'all are like off work. That's kind of what we were thinking, like y'all would be off work. So we're gonna do a live stream craft with you guys today, and we're doing like the coolest, this is like a cool sticker craft.
This is a super, super cool sticker craft that is definitely one I think you all are going to want to recreate. I think you're going to absolutely love this craft once you see this. Like, it is phenomenal. But y'all, not only that, like that, our craft today is amazing. Let's talk about it's absolutely amazing.
And I want to just say that the sample of the project is on Courtney's laptop. So you're going to get to see the final product after we get done. Or in the thumbnail.
Yeah, you're going to have to see it in the thumbnail. Because it is clear, it is not here.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to tell you guys, because this is so exciting. First of all, we're having a very, very good President's Day sale today. So if you use the code PDAY for President's Day, you are going to get $50 off yearly membership. But not only that, if you decide to go yearly, you are going to get, dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm trying not
Swag
to
bag.
I'm trying not, you know what, we're just gonna put this right here.
Put it there, it's fine.
You're gonna get an MGL swag bag sent to you if you go yearly. Inside this swag bag, you are going to get the weeding tool kit.
Can I also say this is like an Aldi bag?
Yes.
I call it the Aldi bag.
You're gonna get a weeding tool kit. You're going to get a t-shirt ruler. You're gonna get stickers.
Ooh.
You are going to get a ref guide. You are going to get a burnishing tool. There's so many things in your goodie bag that you're going to get, and that's exciting. Plus, if you decide that you want to jump in on membership, maybe you don't want to go yearly, you want to go monthly, we're not leaving you guys out either. You're actually going to be getting, if you decide to go monthly, you're going to be getting a ref guide sent to you plus a weeding tool, which I don't have the weeding tool here with me, but if you go monthly, you're going to get the ref guide and the weeding tool. That lasts a week, but y'all, today, literally today only.
Yes.
I'm talking ends at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Just for today, we are offering, if you jump in on the President's Day sale and you go yearly, this does not apply if you go monthly, but it is if you go yearly, you get all of this, the discount, plus today only, you are getting the Craft Hack Handbook also sent to you with your goodie bag.
And this is what we've been pouring our heart and soul into lately. If you guys are like, wow, you guys seem busy, that's why this book.
This book is why.
This is not only is this a book, but it's a course. And so whenever you guys get this book, it's gonna have all of we have literally put all of our brains together and put in every single hack that we can possibly think of into this book and created a video for every individual hack. So you all are gonna get all of the hacks that come from us, Cricut experts, we like to call ourselves, and then it's in one spot. So it's pretty cool, and it's just gonna be included with your membership.
Yes.
So you can't beat it.
We're also extending this to our friends who may already have a membership. You are also, for today only, if there is any other course that you want to purchase and you've been on the fence about it and you're thinking today's the day, you can do that. And if you purchase any other course with Makers Gonna Learn, you are also going to get a Craft Hack Handbook sent to you for free.
Ooh.
$197 value, because not only are you getting the book, but you're getting the course that goes along with it that has a video for every single hack in this book. So just know you are getting a $197 product for free when you sign up today for yearly membership or you purchase any other Makers Gonna Learn course that we have available.
Yes, and y'all, these are about to be going out. We don't have an official date. I know a lot of people are like, Is that the one that we got at the end of last year? We started creating it and started a pre-order for anyone who wanted to get them previously, and we have ran specials on these. Like, if you signed up for such and such, you got the Craft Hack Handbook. They are being made now, so they're going to be, you're going to start receiving these soon. So it's kind of like a little, I love when I do pre-order stuff, like for anything, because I forget that I ordered it, and I'm like, it's like a little present that you forgot you bought for yourself.
I know. I pre-order stuff a lot, and at first I was very like hesitant about doing pre-order, but it's like I get excited when I get it, and then it's like I get busy with my normal day-to-day life, and then so once it comes, it's like a second surprise.
It is. I love it. So make sure if you all need to see it written down and get a little bit more information, Sadie has dropped the link in the chat box, and it's pinned at the top, so you can just click it and go get all the information of what we talked about just now. So I feel like it's like a lot of information. I like to see it and read it, so that's just me.
Absolutely.
Love it. So anyways, we're going to be making wooden stickers. I don't know if we said that, but we're going to be making wooden stickers, y'all. This is like the coolest thing ever. Not only that, but you can make this with an Explore or a Maker Series.
Y'all, we're not leaving anybody out for this craft.
Not today. So
wooden stickers, that's amazing.
Yeah, so as long as you can use a deep cut blade, which most of the machines can, you're going to be able to recreate these. So I think we should go ahead and get started.
I think we should too.
Okay, let's do it. All right. So I've got a few supplies here, and like I said earlier, I don't have the finished sticker because we stuck them on Courtney's computer, but we did post a picture in the thumbnail of the one, and that it is like the cutest thing. We're gonna do some like wilderness, like outdoorsy vibe stickers. I feel like it fits the wooden sticker theme.
Agree.
So that's kind of what I went with. Now we're going to be working with Cricut brand natural wood veneer. Now we get lots of questions about wood veneer, like can you use other brands, yada yada, and y'all know around here that we do not swear by Cricut products in terms of the materials that we cut on. So like we don't necessarily use Cricut vinyl, we don't really use like Cricut HTV, but when it comes to wood veneer, I swear by the Cricut brand wood veneer. It's more consistent than a lot of other wood veneers, and it's the right thickness. Like I know my cut settings are gonna cut all the way through. So I did link the Cricut wood veneer for you all. Now, if you have wood veneer at home and you want to test it out, you totally can. But I just swear by this, and I know what my cut settings are and stuff like that. So don't fix it if it ain't broken. You know what I'm saying? So there's lots of different shades of colors. I'm going to be using just these I have these scrap pieces from old projects. I also brought in a piece of dark because I hadn't tried this on dark yet, but I wanted to see what it looked like on the dark wood. But this is what the packaging looks like. So if you have a place like Joann's or Michael's where you can actually purchase the wood veneer in real life, this is what it typically comes packaged in. And I think it comes like, I don't even know, how many sheets are normally in this? 5, 6, 4?
I think so.
Yeah. So, and it can be a little bit pricey, but if you're making stickers on a 12 by 12 sheet, on like a standard sticker size, if you were doing like a 3-inch sticker, you can make a bunch of stickers on here. So, and you want these to be a pretty substantial size. We're not doing any dainty stickers. I actually pre-cut one out just to kind of have one ready, but that's a pretty good size. So, with that being said, we've got all of our wood veneer here. I do have some double-sided adhesive. Now this is actually for rhinestones, but it's literally just a double-sided adhesive. I linked the Aleene's double-sided adhesive sheets. Yeah, and I swear by those. I love those, and I use them for everything, not just for this craft. I use them all of the time, which is a really random craft supply.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're very helpful. And then this is kind of the star of the show. The wood veneer, they're like a dynamic duo, you know? So this is the torch paste. Now this is from a small Etsy shop. They sell I think they just exclusively sell torch paste. Do they have other products on their Etsy shop? I don't know.
I don't know.
I linked it below for you all so that you can purchase it. But this is just a paste. I'll open it up for you guys. This is just an orange paste, and you apply it to wood and then apply heat to it, and it creates a wood burning effect, which is so cool. So we love to use this torch paste to do wood burning. And then I've also got just a pair of scissors, a brayer, and then I have a strong grip mat here. This is just a regular strong grip mat. And you're also gonna need a deep point blade, okay? And you know what I didn't bring in here? Maybe it's in here. Is our heat gun in here?
No, but I was just thinking about that. I will grab it.
Maybe I was thinking that it was in here, but it's not. So you're gonna need a heat gun and also stencil vinyl. Could you?
Yeah.
Okay. So stencil vinyl and a heat gun. The heat gun is what we use to heat up this torch paste. I use stencil vinyl for this. Now, if you just have like regular adhesive vinyl, I would suggest using removable adhesive vinyl, mainly because if you use permanent adhesive vinyl, it tends to, like when you're working with wood, permanent adhesive vinyl tends to pull up the wood grain and it messes your wood up really bad. Thank you. Oh, I haven't used that one before.
It was just the first one I grabbed.
Okay, so if we can go overhead, this is the Star Mask by Starcraft stencil vinyl, which I linked below for you all. I just love this because it's tacky enough to make a good stencil, but it's not going to pull up my wood grain. So that's why I like the tack on this one a lot. And then we just have your standard heat gun, okay? So if you have an embossing, I know lots of you do like paper crafts and you do embossing, you can use an embossing heat gun too. We have one of those that I use sometimes for these smaller projects. And because it doesn't get as hot as the heat gun, so it's like a lower heat, but it gives you the same effect.
Did you talk about scorch marker versus somebody was asking?
No.
What about scorch marker instead of torch paste?
Okay, so scorch marker, if you have scorch marker and you don't have torch paste and you want to use it,
it's pretty much the same thing.
It pretty much is the same thing. We have used it a little bit around here. I'll say scorch marker, the last time I used it, which was a long time ago, okay, I'm going to preface by saying that. It's been months and months ago. And I think that they have fixed their formula. It was too runny for the stencil. So what would happen was I would use a scorch marker on the stencil and then it would run under the wood grain. And so it was like when you went to apply the heat, it would be like it had bled through the wood grain. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's why the paste works better for me in this instance because it's not going to leak under the stencil. So that's just my 2 cents. But I think that the scorch marker, they have been trying to perfect that technique. And Tanner's really good friends with Evan, who owns scorch marker. And he is just like a go, go, go kind of guy. He wants to get it done. He wants to make sure it's perfect. So I'm sure he's fixed it or he's working on it if not. So as soon as we figure that out, I would love to play around more with the scorch marker personally. I think they're so cool. So anyways, we're going to be using torch paste today. So with all that being said, let me pull up Design Space and we will start designing. Let me go to my projects and I picked out some cutesy pootsy little sticker designs. These are all on the Maker's Gonna Learn website. If you become a member, you get immediate access to these files today. You can make your own wood veneer stickers. So these are the 3 that we're using. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. And yeah, so let's talk about how to make these. I'm gonna move these over just a little bit. So what you're gonna wanna do before you start designing or anything is go find the images that you want. Now I've linked every image that we use today in the description below, but I wanna show you all which images are gonna work and which images are probably not gonna be your best bet. My biggest thing is that you're using simpler shapes. So you don't want to do anything that's super detailed. You can get pretty good cuts with the wood veneer and the deep cut blade, but you really don't want to do anything super, super detailed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be going in here and cutting out little tiny squares out of a globe or anything like that. I think I just searched mountains, y'all. You can search mountains or like wildlife or wilderness or whatever pertains to whatever you want to make. I just thought wildlife fits this vibe. And also, since we're creating a stencil, we don't want anything with too much detail. So something like this is a good. This is a yay for me. Let me show you a no. I'm trying to find an SVG. This one. This is a no for me. Like, these words are, these words are way too small. The birds, like this, you got to think, this is going on like a 3-inch triangle. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want anything super small. This one, the stars are going to give you like a really hard time. Now, if you're making a big sticker, like if you were making a really bigger wooden sticker, you could do something like that. This is a no. This is a potential candidate, but you just really got to pay attention. So no, anything that's a no probably has words. Probably. Now, if you wanted to,
lots of details.
The only thing I will say this, if you did have something that has words or like more details, you could cut this out of HTV and apply the HTV to the wood and make like an HTV wood sticker. But with the wood burning, we're making a stencil. So we have to really make sure that it's going to cut well, it's going to weed well, and that it's not going to seep under the stencil. Like there's a lot of room for error when you start using words and things like that on small stencil designs. So you just need to be mindful. I think this would be a really cute wooden sticker. But like, this is so small. The middles of these A's, like you're going to lose it. Do you know what I mean? So, let me type in, I think mine is like mountain scene. Let me see.
Also, if someone is curious about supply lists, if you'll just go down below this video and there is like a little gray area, if you'll hit that show more, you are going to be able to see the supply list.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to do this mountain scenes in geometric shape. This is just one of them that we have. And then you can see I click download, it pops into this folder, and then we're just gonna grab the SVG. So we're using a cut image today because we're making a stencil. So back in Design Space, I'm gonna go upload image, and then we're just gonna click and drag that SVG into Design Space. Let me shrink this down a little bit. Hold on, hold the phone, everybody. Design Space. Sometimes when it's full screen, it's hard to do the click and drag. Okay. And then we're going to not do that. We're going to hit upload. Okay. So we've got this image here, and then we're going to add to Canvas. So whatever image you do, you're going to do the same exact process. You're going to upload the image, make sure you're choosing the right type of image. And then once it's in here, we're going to resize this down. So you can see right now it's about 6 by 5, but that's a way too big. This one, we made this one about 3 inches. Okay, so this one's about 3. I've got this one right here. I'm just going to duplicate that. So we've got 3 there. And then this is another image off the website. Like I said, all these are linked below. And this one is 4 inches long by 1.3 tall. So that's pretty good, like standard sticker size for me. You don't want to go much smaller than this. You can go bigger, but I wouldn't go smaller because it's going to start getting a little hairy for you, like to weed and things like that. So once you have all of your images upload, what you're going to need to do next is add an offset. And I like a pretty thick offset for this specific project. I just want to show more wood. So this image that you're looking at right here, that is going to be the burned image. So that's the image that's going on the sticker. The offset is going to be the actual wood. So I'm going to select the image that I want, and then we're going to go to offset up here at the top. It's at a 0.25, which I think is actually perfect for this. I want to see what it looks like if we sharpen the corners. It doesn't really do much for me. Hold on. No, we're just going to keep them rounded and hit apply. Okay, I'm going to actually change this just to like a brown color similar to the wood. And then you can change these to like a dark brown if you want, just so you kind of get a visual. And then for the next one, we're going to do the same exact thing, add an offset, and then you can change the colors if you want. That way, you know, all of these are going to be cut out of the same color vinyl, which is that stencil vinyl. And then all of the light tan is going to be cut out of the wood veneer. I'm going to change this color to that light brown. And then while it's still selected, we're going to hit offset. And now if you're doing something like this wild and you're wanting a thinner offset, I just want you guys to be aware. Do you see when I shrink that offset, the gaps in between the tree and the W and then the L and the D, they're not going to be attached. So you've really got to make sure this offset is big enough to where it's touching all the way across. So you can see everything. This is going to be one solid piece of wood. And then I'm going to hit apply, and we can change it to that light brown color. Okay, that's like pretty much it for Design Space. Does anybody have questions on what we've done so far? It's pretty easy to set up. It really is. So, listen, I was so excited to see y'all in live today. Y'all spoiled me during December. I know December, we really hook y'all up with some tutorials.
we were here all the time.
Yeah, but listen, March, we're coming up on National Craft Month, so we're going to be here
You'll be
March.
sick and tired of us before too long.
We've got boot camp. We're doing like Craft Month kickoff. We've got Makeathon if you're coming to Makeathon. They can sign up for Makeathon and get the Craft Hack Handbook, right?
Yeah, you can still sign up for Makeathon. It's not too late. Today would be a great day to do that if you've not, because you can get the Craft Hack Handbook for free if you've not decided to join us for Makeathon.
Yeah, Makeathon is just like, if you didn't know, it's just a day where we get together and we craft along with you all for hours, and you can make them in real time with us. So everything is basically like made at the same time that you're making it. So it's really cool. It's a very unique virtual event. I wish it was in real life because lots of people want that, but it's really cool to be virtual. Yeah. It really is. It's fun. So anyways, get that today. But okay, in Design Space, everything is set up exactly how we want it. I'm just going to delete these old ones. And then what we're going to do is go over here to our Make It screen. Now, I've got all my wood pieces selected right here. And then these are all of my vinyl pieces. So let's start with the wood pieces. Now, let's go overhead because we've got to do a little bit of prep before we go in here and start cutting these willy-nilly. So what I'm gonna do, I want to test it out on this brown. I don't need to cover this entirely with this double-sided adhesive. I actually only need it to be about halfway down. Like, I just need this like corner covered. So I'm just gonna cut me a little piece off of this. You can also, little hack for you, you can use cat scratch tape for these. If you've got cat scratch tape from making cat scratch tumblers with us forever ago. I thought we had some, but I couldn't find it. And Lauren was like, hey, I've got this. I was like, ooh, that'll work.
Yep.
And I tested it and it works great. So what I did, I just cut a little piece big enough to cover the area that we're going to be cutting our stickers.
This is actually going to be really good for our friends who did Maker U sophomore year. If you bought the stuff for diamond dots, this is exactly what that is.
This is the diamond dot double adhesive. So you're wanting a very sticky adhesive because we're working with wood. So you don't want anything that's going to be like a sissy. It needs to really do the job.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to actually line this up. Okay. And then I'm going to take my brayer because I want to make sure this is on here really good and smooth.
And all the bubbles are out, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you want to get all the bubbles out. It's just going to give you a better cut, honestly. And then, not me about to weed that off. So we're going to leave this backer on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this towards the mat. Okay. So I'm going to take my strong grip mat and I want this to be in the top left corner. So I'm going to flip it over. We're cutting from the front where the wood is. I'm just going to line this up. This mat was sticky earlier when I used it.
Is it not now?
It's sticky, but I don't trust it. So I'm going to put some painter's tape or like washi tape, masking tape, anything is going to work good here just to keep this in place. You don't want this moving while it's cutting. So just tape it right there along the edge. I'm going to do it on all four sides just to really make sure it's not going to be moving. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Does anyone have any questions?
Nobody? Jamie did ask for Make-a-thon. We'll be getting a list in advance of what products you will need. You actually should have already gotten that in your email. So Deb, I know Sadie responded to you, but I just want to reiterate that for everyone else who may have the same question. If you are curious on the supplies that you may need for Make-a-thon, definitely check your email. Especially if you got a Make-a-thon box, because if you got a Make-a-thon box, there's not a ton that you're gonna need outside of that. Also, if you haven't gotten your Make-a-thon box, if you haven't received that yet, reach out to customer care.
Yes.
So we can make sure we get you a box very soon.
Definitely, because it's coming up. I can't believe March is coming up. It's cray-cray. Okay, so I just hit continue on the share screen. Now, we're going to go to browse all material. So I am using an Explorer 3 today. You can cut these with the Explorer or the Maker Series. And we're just going to type in natural wood veneer. I love when I have a Cricut product that matches up with the cut setting. It just, I'm like, I know it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It just gives me lots of hope.
Okay, my next question.
Okay.
Since you added that backer,
Yeah.
do you need to cut it on more pressure? Do you want it to cut all the way through? Or do you need to cut it, leave it on regular?
So if you cut it on more pressure, for me, and I'm telling you right now, I've been using a Maker to practice these on. I have not done it on the Explorer 3. So it's really gonna depend, but on the Maker Series, I use natural wood veneer. It cut through the sticker, but not through the backing.
Which is what you wanted, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like that's what you would want.
Right.
I mean, that's good enough. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be, you're gonna be able to take the sticker right off and then use it.
Right.
So I'm just gonna keep it how it is.
Okay.
And we'll see
I was
what
just
happens.
asking.
Yeah.
I knew that our friends would ask, so I just wanted to ask for them.
No, that's a great question. Laura, we're actually using the Diamond Dot double-sided adhesive, but I've linked the Aleene's double-sided sheets. Those are amazing. I use those for everything. And then cat scratch tape. So really, we don't discriminate. If there's adhesive on both sides, as long as it is a very strong adhesive, then you're going to be good to go.
Yeah, you don't have to. And the reason that we didn't link this Diamond Dots double-sided adhesive is, one, because it's more on the expensive side.
Yeah.
And the very first time that Alicia did this, she used the Aleene's double-sided adhesive,
Right,
and it worked
was fine.
great.
Yeah.
We literally just didn't have any in the office and didn't have enough time to go get some.
Yes. So, and it's hard to find, like, you can't find it in person. You have to order it. So, anyways, we're going to be using that. And in Design Space, it's telling me to load my deep point blade. Now, if you're like, what's the difference between a deep point blade and a fine point blade? Let's go overhead and I'll show you guys the difference just real quick. So I've got two here. Now, this is the deep point blade. This is the fine point blade. They look similar, like the shape and everything. Deep point housing is black. Fine point housing is silver, but y'all, these blades can be removed. I could technically put a deep point blade in my silver housing and it would work exactly the same. So you can get like deep point blades without getting the housing. I personally like to have that black housing. That way I know that's my deep point blade. You know what I'm saying? It's like your separate fabric scissors. You want to have them separate from your other stuff.
Right.
But these deep point blade, this is a 60-degree angle. Can you all see that? These
That's
are 60.
the thing that I don't think they're going to be able to see the difference in the angle.
No, it's hard to tell.
But that is one of the reasons why you the blades are interchangeable in the silver regular fine point blade housing. However, as creatives and crafters, unless you are very, very like on top of things, but if you're creative, I think there's a lot of times that our brains work different than others. So putting that deep point blade in a silver housing, you're not going to be able to, if you forget that and you didn't change it out, you're not going to be, if the difference in the two is so microscopic, like it's going to be hard for you to tell the difference.
Visually, you can't hardly tell. I mean, it sticks out a little bit more, that part you can tell, but the black one, the deep point housing, it is at a 60-degree angle, and it is technically made out of a more durable steel. So anyways, that's just the differences. Same goes for the fabric blade, if y'all didn't know. It's in a pink housing, but it's literally a fine point blade in a pink housing. So fun facts. Anyways, so what we're gonna do is slide this in. Now remember, I've got my sticker adhesive on the back side up here in this top corner. So make sure you're loading your mat in correctly because it's gonna cut up in that area. And then we need to put in our deep point blade when it comes back out here. Okay. So I'm just gonna pop this in, make sure it's all the way down. Also make sure that your blade is clean and free of debris. I sometimes will just like blow on it just to make sure. And then you can close that. And then we're just gonna cut it. We're just gonna cut it. Here we go. Say a prayer. Okay, cool. And the only thing, I wanna just say this, when you're working with wood, wood is inconsistent, just naturally. Like there's wood grain in it, and so sometimes it's thicker to cut through than others. It's like when you're working with glitter materials, it's kind of inconsistent on the cut sometimes just because glitter is like, has more glitter in some areas and less glitter. So it's gonna cut cleaner in some areas versus others. Same goes for wood. So if you find, and I'll show you what I do before we pull this off, because we can recut this if it doesn't cut all the way through. You can just send it through for one more pass and get it all the way cut through. But it did fine for me on the maker. So I'm trusting that it's going to be fine.
Also, the knife blade is a completely different blade that cannot be used on an Explorer series machine. It is an adaptive tool and can only be used, it doesn't even have an interchangeable blade.
Yeah.
It is its own tool by itself, and it can only be used in the Maker series machines.
Yes. And I'll be honest with y'all, if you haven't bought a Cricut, which I'm assuming that most of y'all that are here have, but if you haven't, you don't really need adaptive tools. I mean, like how often, I've used the knife blade like, and I craft all the time. Like we're crafting all the time. Like I just don't ever use it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we have certain projects where we use it, but it's one of those that I don't feel like you have to have it. Do not feel like you have to have it if you are just now getting started with Cricut.
Yeah.
If you have had your Cricut for a while and you're looking for something different to do, it definitely gives you the option to do different things.
Yeah, and it is very cool to work with. Okay, I'm checking to make sure that this cut all the way through. It's feeling like it did. It's hard to tell on these wood veneers, so I'm just taking my weeding tool and kind of lifting. I think it cut. We're gonna risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so now we can remove this whole piece of wood. Oop. Okay. And so you can see it did not really cut through the back. That was from me jabbing the jabbing the weeding tool out. Let me see if it cut. It did. It's just wanting to stick. I'm telling y'all, this double-sided adhesive that we're using is so sticky. Oh, maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't cut all the way through. Yeah, it did. Just being finicky. Okay. Sometimes, and if you have any areas that kind of stick, you can use an X-Acto knife to kind of pop them out. I'm only taking this off right now because I want to show you all that this adhesive is on the back here. So now you have the wooden sticker. Like this is it, but we have to add obviously the design on it. This is where you could do HTV, or you can go ahead and do the stencil. I'm just gonna put this back on here for the next step in this project. And I'm gonna remove all this tape because we're about to be applying a pretty significant amount of heat to this, okay? Let's see here. So we've got our torch paste. I'm gonna get this here. You do wanna have some gloves. I'm gonna use this paintbrush. So, I act like I'm about to apply the torch paste, but we need to cut our vinyl first. So let's go back into design space. I've got these designs ready to go. These are gonna be cut on the stencil vinyl cut setting. Not reusable stencil cut. That's not what we're working with. We're gonna be actually cutting stencil vinyl. Okay, so this cut setting right here. And then this one is gonna just need the fine point blade. This strong grip mat is not super sticky, so we're gonna use it for cutting our vinyl, but normally you would use a standard grip mat for this type of vinyl. And we don't need a full sheet, just a little bit. I'm gonna braid this down and then we can trim her up. Let's see, I'd say about there's good. Do y'all have any questions about what we just went over as far as cutting the wood, things like that? Anything about the blades that y'all want to know?
Heather said that she's been trying to calibrate her knife blade, but it keeps saying machine can't find the blade. I agree with Aaliyah on this. I think that's one of those you're going to have to contact Cricut support.
And that is an issue.
That one.
I've heard people say that they're having issues with that. Actually, I feel like I had an issue with it recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Cricut customer service is very helpful, y'all. Like if you haven't used them before, they're very helpful. Okay, so I've got it set to stencil vinyl. Let's go ahead and switch our blade out. Where did I put our fine point blade?
Did you put it in the little cubby hole in the Cricut?
No, oh, there she is. Okay, just gonna stick that one there. Make sure that's all the way down. Pop it in.
Kathy, the books are in the process of being printed, so as soon as we get them, they will be in your hands.
Beautiful. Okay.
Also, I don't know if you all knew this or not, but we are giving away a $100 Amazon gift card. Now, we're not giving it away today on the live, but what you'll need to do is comment on today's video, and we're going to give it away on Wednesday. So, you all are going to get a chance to win $100. Comment live or go back and comment on the replay of today's video, and then we will choose a winner on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a big prize. 100 buckaroonies. I'm also going to be using Caesar transfer tape for this vinyl. This is a good pairing here. I'm just going to trim this up while it's cut.
Megan said, I kind of forgot about the hack book. My excitement is renewed. We were literally just talking about that at the first of the live, about how we love to pre-order things because we pre-order it and get super excited about it, and then we go about our daily lives, and so when it actually is time for it to get here, we're like, oh, we got another surprise that we don't have to pay for.
Although it's free. Paid for it's girl math.
Yeah, girl math. It's free now.
It's like, I got this handbook for free, which y'all kind of did get the handbook for free. I mean, technically.
Right.
But it's free again. You know what I'm saying? Kim, if you haven't tried wood veneer, it's so fun. You can do lots of different cool projects with the wood veneer. And you don't have to apply like double-sided adhesive when you're using it in other instances. Like you can glue it to stuff. And I'm trying to think of what projects we've done. Bookmarks?
With wood veneer?
Yeah, I've used it a bunch.
We did have a friend just ask us if you could use a deep cut blade on basswood, and you cannot. You need a knife blade for basswood.
Yeah, it's way too thick.
Way too thick.
Yeah. Okay, this is cutting pretty dang good. So for the torch paste, you are going to want to use a paintbrush. You can use a smaller one than this. This is just what we had on hand. I've got some gloves here. And I am gonna keep this stuff on here. I'm not gonna take it off because I discovered whenever I applied the heat to these, they tried to curl up a little bit, and I didn't want them to curl up like the wood veneer was trying to curl. So I feel like if I leave it on the sticker, it's gonna be better. So we're gonna test that out.
So quick, we did have someone ask.
Okay.
Can you use regular vinyl to make a stencil, or do you need to use stencil vinyl? That is a great question.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like I was saying that if you are working with wood, you're not going to want to use permanent vinyl. So the reason being is permanent vinyl pulls up your wood grain. And so you don't want to apply that permanent vinyl and then peel it off after you've done your wood burning or whatever, and then it like peel up your wood grain. It just looks bad. But removable's better usually.
Removable vinyl. So a lot of times the mattes are a more removable vinyl than a glossy.
Yes. And like if you shop on 143 vinyl, you can actually shop removable or permanent. And typically it says removable or permanent. But I just love this stencil vinyl. The tack of it is exactly what I like. And so it's just what I like to use. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm weeding the right parts here.
We did have someone ask, Emily asked if we joined back in January, do we get the hack book? It really depends on if we were running the special.
Mm-hmm.
If you are concerned, if you're confused if you get the book or not, I would email customer care for sure. Shelly, we do have a venture. We have a few videos on the venture. We don't have a lot, and that's strictly because we feel like there's a lot of people that
don't have
it. We do have some of our friends on here that do have the machine, but we do have a couple videos, and we do have the machine.
I was trying to decide if I wanted to use the negative space on this or this part. I'm going to use that part. Yes, that's fine. I was making sure I could do it. My brain was having a brain fart. Okay, and then here, let's do this. Make sure you're weeding the right parts.
Mm-hmm.
When you're working with stencils, it can be a little confusing.
It can be very confusing.
Yeah, so just remember, and I think I did it right. Fingers crossed. This is weeding like a dream. I love when that happens. Look at it. Weeded so good. Okay. Now another thing whenever you're working with stencils is that you want to give yourself a little bit of room around the stencil for if you're applying paint. Look what happened. This is why you don't use a strong grip mat with your vinyl. Because the paper sticks to it. It wasn't that sticky though, so I didn't think it was going to stick. Of course it stuck when I didn't want it to. You want to have room around your stencil because we're going to be applying that burn paste, and we really, really do not want to go out of the lines.
So we did have a friend, Shelly, ask if she could do this with a venture. I do know that the housing on the venture is different than it is on an Explorer. Although it's a fine point blade, I would have to do some research. I'm assuming that you can use a deep point blade on a venture.
Yeah.
We haven't though. So.
No, we haven't, but I don't see why you couldn't if you can use a fine point blade. I just don't know, like, I'm sure they have natural wood veneer settings. Okay, there's that one. And then, do you see how I'm leaving space around these? I just want to have room for mistakes because when we apply this paste, obviously we want to make sure that it's not getting anywhere we don't want it to be. And I'm going to do this one for the wild. I'm going to this is going to be like our little tester piece because he is not attached to the rest of the wood veneer still. So you all can kind of see what would happen if you pulled out the wood versus if you just leave it in here right after it's cut. So now I'm going to take my transfer tape. Let's just sit these here. And I'm going to apply these individually. You want a smooth application of vinyl because if there are bumps and bubbles in the vinyl, when you go to apply that torch paste, it's going to seep under the stencil, okay? So I'm just applying that. And the Caesar transfer tape is just a medium grip, good all around transfer tape.
Yeah.
And then we're going to remove this backing.
We did have a friend just ask us, is Make-a-thon for beginners too? So we do have a couple projects that are beginner friendly, but we do have some pretty advanced projects as well. But the cool thing about it is if you decide to sign up to come to Make-a-thon, even if you don't feel comfortable doing some of the projects like the day we are doing them, you get lifetime access to those videos to rewatch them whenever you want.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be there live with us. You do get the recorded version of Make-a-thon as well. So, I mean, it's definitely one. I think there are definitely some beginner-friendly projects, and there are some that are more advanced for our advanced crafters. So I think it's a good mix.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I am reusing the transfer tape that I just used, because why not? And you can see how easy it is. It just applies right on there. Now, lining it up, I'm sorry if my big old head's in the way. You can see, like, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I can see the cut lines behind
the stencil vinyl?
The stencil, right.
That's another good thing about using the stencil vinyl is because it is opaque enough that you can see through it.
Yes. And honestly, if you let's go in Design Space. I want to show you all something. If you do not have stencil vinyl, this is what I want to show you how to do. I'm going to, so let's say that we wanted to cut this sticker out right here, okay? Mm-hmm. What I would do is duplicate this and make it, like, we'll keep it brown. We're gonna change this light brown offset to the same color. And then you can just click and drag, select the offset as well as the image and attach. And what that's gonna do is give you that exact border so you can line it up to this. So it's gonna cut this out and then you can line it up exactly to this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's just a little helpful tip if you don't have stencil vinyl and you wanna recreate this. Okay, so we've got, and I'm gonna burnish these down again after I take this transfer off, just to really, really make sure that everything is on there nice and good. This really is chef kiss stencil vinyl. It is, Donna. It's amazing. So just take your burnishing tool, being very careful and mindful of your little pieces. Just kind of pushing these down. We don't want any of that torch paste seeping up under there. And then I've got my wild sticker here. We're gonna apply this one. Okay. I love this wild file. It's one of my favorites.
What?
It's just not lined up. I can't talk or breathe or think.
I feel you.
Okay. I think that's good. Okay. And then we're going to remove the transfer. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so we have all of our stickers ready to go. I'm gonna put my gloves on. You can follow all the PPE protective precautions that you want. We're gonna be wearing gloves. You can put glasses on if it makes you comfortable. And then make sure before you start that you stir this up really good. Ours, honestly, I probably need to get some more.
You know you can make your own.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah.
We have a video on that.
We do have a video that it's a member-only video. It is in the classes section. If you just type in wood burn, it will pull it up. It's from a while ago, actually.
Yeah, it's from a while ago.
Yep.
But you know what? We're going to make it work with what we've got. Now, this takes some practice, okay? Because it's hard to know how much is enough, how much is too much. You don't want to get too much, but you also don't want to get too little. So I just kind of get some out, scrape off the excess on the edge of my container, and we're just going to spread this out. Now we want a good, thin, even coat okay? Because it'll burn heavier in places that you've got more. So you don't want to get like any chunky sections or it's going to bubble up. It'll like blister up almost. And we're just going to spread this out. It needs to be super smoothed out, and it does have an orange tone, so that kind of helps you see if you've missed any spots. It's very easy to miss spots on this. So smooth it out really good, but make sure you're getting every little corner.
The devil is in the details with these.
Yeah, really. If you need to get up there close to it.
But remember, anywhere that this torch paste goes outside of your sheet, like your stencil vinyl, it will torch as well.
Right. You know what? Aaliyah said something about Asher starting Boy Scouts and how these would be cool for a bag. I wonder how well, if you put heat and bond on the back of these, that they would adhere to something like fabric, like a backpack. I just wonder.
I wonder how it would adhere to the wood.
What
the
do you
heat
mean?
and bond.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's like another type of adhesive we could use. I don't know. Now, that Aleene's, those are technically fabric, like permanent fabric adhesive sheets, I think. They're like meant for fabric to fabric.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe it would just be fine with just that. So I'm just really making sure I'm not letting this get too thick in any areas. When I first did
I could
these,
also see these on a hat.
oh yeah, that'd be sick. Also, for a Craft Month kickoff, we're doing leather stickers, y'all.
Ooh, I'm excited about those.
I know, me too. I mean, what else can we make stickers out of?
I know.
After we did this one, we were like, what about leather? We could
If
do
we do
leather
wood,
stickers.
we can do leather.
Yeah. So, okay, so I've got those done. I'm going to apply it to this one now. You know, it'd be so cute if I did this little tree burnt and then like painted the letters black or something.
That would be cute.
That's just an idea. We won't do it today, but you could totally do paint. I would probably do the wood burning first and then go in and do the paint. I don't know.
Donna says, which do you think has a better adhesive, the Aleene's or the Dot? Really, Donna? I'm not sure. This is the first time we've used the Diamond Dot stuff.
The Diamond Dot seems way more stickier
I will
than
say
the Aleene's.
this. Courtney said she put that sticker on her laptop, and then after the picture, she ended up taking it off because Courtney just likes a clean
I slapped
laptop.
it on there too.
Yeah. She said it took her forever. Like, she hardly ever, it was so hard to get that thing off of her laptop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I feel bad. I was like, can I use your laptop? You don't have a case on it. And I just slapped it on there. So, okay. So we've got, oh, that W's a little thick. Listen, go back, make sure that it's not gunked up because I'm telling y'all, it won't look as good, okay? It'll like burn more in areas that you don't want it to burn. Okay, beautiful. I'm feeling good. Feeling good about that. I'll put my lid back on. I should have put a ponytail holder in. And then we're going to do these first. So let's plug in our heat.
I feel like you've let that orange sit on the top of the top ones for a while, and it's gotten like, you can see it's getting darker.
It's darkening, I know. That's kind of weird. I didn't notice that. Oh my gosh, you guys. I started working out and I'm sore to bend over. Oh my gosh, my legs.
I dread that.
My poor legs.
I dread it so much.
I'm trying to like embrace the suck, you know. Mm-hmm. That's what Trey's on. We got put on a diet plan, okay? And hashtag mom dad or hashtag mom bod and dad bod. But Trey has to run for some of his stuff, and he's like, I'm just gonna embrace the suck. It was like 30 degrees when he went and run. Mm-hmm. It's only 400 meters though. I'm like, don't be a sissy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be a baby. It's like up the street, you know. Mm-hmm. Okay, move anything out of the way that may get too hot. I'm just gonna clear the area. And make sure whatever surface you're working on, you can apply heat to. Like, you're not gonna wanna do this on a cloth surface.
And it's one of those things, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like the further you hold it away, like the less bendy it gets. Like you have to be close enough to burn it.
Right.
But you also have to be far enough away that it doesn't like damage your...
Like 10 inches away.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good place to be. Now if you get too close, it'll melt your vinyl and it'll bubble up your torch paste. So you really just want to stay, like I'm already getting too close. You see my lunch lady arms going?
No.
I'm not supposed to say that. I think we got in trouble if I said that. Anyways, you can see it drying out. And you can hold it on some areas, like, and it'll start burning. Here, I'll hold it right here so you all can see. But like I said, that vinyl gets really hot and melty.
Someone was asking about taking the stencil off first before you burn.
Okay, so it technically says to, but I never do.
Oh, I always do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's take it off of one. We'll take it off of one just for funsies. I'm gonna take the stencil off of this one and then we'll keep it on the other one. Just to see.
To see if there's a difference.
Yeah. Oh, what's it doing?
Is it moving your paste a little bit?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna take it off of this one.
Yeah.
So this one,
or just leave the what's on the inside there and burn the outside, and then come back and get the little pieces on the inside.
Yeah. We'll just do so like. Okay. So this one, we take the stencil off. That one we didn't. I'm gonna set that to the side because we're not doing it yet. And then make sure, just throw your stuff away so you're not burning everything up. And you can play around with like getting closer and further away, but y'all can see this wood is trying to warp a little bit already. So slow and steady really wins the race here.
Wins the race for this project.
And like once it starts burning, it like goes really fast.
Very fast.
Yeah. It's like preheating the oven. It just takes a minute.
So, and there's something else. With this, expect it to curl, but then after you're done with the burning, you can lay it under something heavy to flatten it back out.
Yes. It's burning. Can y'all see it? I'm too close. Do you see what's happening? It's getting real, like...
I can't tell. It's behind.
Getting real sooty.
Yeah.
You can see over here where I put too much, it's bubbling up, but it's not on the where we need it to be, so it's okay. But you can tell like that's what would happen if you got too much of that torch paste on here. It's getting nice and crispy. I'm about like 3 or 4 inches away here, which is probably a little bit too close. But you can adjust it as needed. If you see it's burning too much, just kind of pull it away. It's kind of satisfying to watch. And you want to make sure to get all, especially like with this triangle, you want to get all the corners and make sure it really looks nice and sharp. Okay. She is crisping. She is crispy. Celeste says, make sure to get the vinyl out of the D. Yes, I did. I mean, I know. I saw it. It's toasty, but it's not like too hot. Okay, so we're gonna pull this off. Look at that vinyl stretching. This is why you should take your vinyl off before, probably. A part of me feels like the vinyl still protects the wood a little bit with the wood veneer. So that's why I'm like iffy about, I know you should take it off, but.
Yeah, I know, I mean, That one corner got real toasted, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. And the vinyl will stretch because it's still hot. Now you could probably let this cool all the way down and you'd be fine. But just for the sake of the live stream, we'll go ahead and take them off for y'all. Look how pretty it's already coming out. And these are rustic, so don't, you know, there's gonna be a couple areas where the wood got hot and naturally wood is gonna burn when heat's applied to it. So, but it's still really cool. Like I feel like if anything, it adds to it, you know?
Plus the cool thing about this is you can take a very light grit sanding block and you can just give it a good, like just one-off sand.
Yeah.
And some of that burn area on the outside will go away.
Right. So I'm just weeding off all of that stencil. I just love these, y'all. I just think they're so cute. And then you can weed out all these little water waves. Now, see, do you guys see what I mean? If you were to use permanent vinyl, how it would pull up that wood veneer. It's so thin, and even this stencil vinyl is trying to snag it in some spots. It's not, but you can tell it wants to. If the tack was any higher than the stencil vinyl, it's probably gonna pull up your wood grain, unfortunately. So definitely use, if you know that you've got removable vinyl, I would definitely recommend that over permanent. Uh-oh, it's trying to come up. Sorry, I'm concentrated. And just make sure you get all these little pieces out.
Do you need me to go grab a sanding block or anything?
Let's see. Yeah, you can grab one just for us to have. Also, I learned this from working with lasers, but rubbing alcohol will remove burn marks on wood. It's not great in my opinion. Like, it will do it. It's not great, but it'll remove some of those like residual burn marks. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off. Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh, it's just snagged a little bit. Y'all, this adhesive is so sticky. Oh my gosh. And then you would just be able to apply this wherever. Now, see, sometimes that happened to me last time really bad. This time, I mean, I kind of fiddled with how I did it last time, but typically if it's cut really well, it will not do that. If it's not cut well and you try to pull it up, it'll snag some of the back of that wood, and you can see that's what happened there. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one. And I'm gonna put this one under here as well, so you all can kind of see what goes on with both of these. Oh, there we go. So this one we removed the vinyl from. You remove the middle of that D while I'm thinking about it. Donna says, I use alcohol to remove scorch marks on some of the wooden laser items I have cut. It works pretty good. Yeah, it will. But it didn't work great on the wood veneer because I tried it last time. I don't know, I think because it's just thinner. Celeste, we're going to be going live twice a week for the next little bit. We kind of held up for going live twice a week because we were working on that craft hack handbook for y'all. So we're back for now.
For now.
We'll definitely be going live at least once a week, no matter what. But this week you get us 3 times. You get us today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And last week we were here 3 times, weren't we? We had master class and 2 live streams last week. Didn't we? Or was it just 2?
I guess we did.
I can't remember. So really we're like drying this out and then coming in a little bit closer and putting more heat on more concentrated areas. I feel like that's kind of the pattern that I catch myself doing here. I don't want to burn that wood. I only want it to burn. You can see it's like trying to burn right here. I don't want it to do that. But sometimes if the wood's thinner there, you honestly can't get around it. It's just the way it is.
Now, somebody did say earlier, they said, looks like this is something I can do with I can try on my aura. Yes, if you have a laser, you can definitely do these on your laser. This is just for people who want the look of like a laser project, but maybe you don't have a laser.
Right. I love that mountain file. I think it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down for a second. Let's do this one. Please don't blow away. That backer is trying to curl up on me. You see it curling?
You might have to use like a weeding tool to hold it down.
I know a part of me wants to just like
tape it on the...
Yeah, let's just tape the edges. So we think that'll work? I don't want to...
Yeah.
I don't know. We're fitting to find out. Let's just put a piece here. We need it to stay down. A part of me feels like it's going to curl up anyways, but we can try it. Okay. It's like curled up, so it does not want to stay stuck to the table. Do you see it trying to pop off?
Pop off, sis.
It's trying to pop off, sis. Okay, let's try again. And anyways, if your sticker curls up, whenever you apply it to whatever surface, like if you put it on a laptop or you put it on something else, it's gonna be flat when you apply it, so it's not that big of a deal. But still. This one is trying to crack, like the wood veneer is trying to crack for some reason.
Oh, I can see it.
It's just because the wood's getting too dry from applying so much heat, but it's okay. Like I said, it gives it character, you know? You can see it's starting to burn. I feel like we're doing a science experiment, and that makes me excited. Did you have a science fair? What did you do for your science fair?
I did lots of things.
Oh, well, I only had one.
Oh, really? We
Yeah.
had it. I had it every year starting in like 3rd grade.
Oh, I only did it in 5th grade. Y'all, look at it. Look at the backer. It's like shrinking up. I don't like that. This is why you keep it, just keep it on the thing and it'll be fine. I'm just like tapping where I want to have a little bit more heat, but I don't want to do it for a long time.
Right.
That's cute. Okay, but curled up. But like I was saying, when you apply this to something, it's not going to be that bad. Now that's going to be toasty. We're going to let him cool down. Let's weed this one and see how it did. Get my little trusty paper towel over here.
Also, while she is weeding, one other thing that I want to make sure that you all are aware of is the sale that we have going on right now, which we are running this sale all week, the President's Day sale, where you get $50 off membership if you decide to go yearly. Plus, you get mailed to you if you go yearly. You get an MGL swag bag that has a weeding toolkit, a t-shirt measuring guide, our Cricut reference guide, which we call the Cricut Bible, just FYI. And then lots of other goodies in this. If you go monthly this week using the code P, the letter P, day, you are going to get the Cricut reference guide mailed to you plus an MGL weeding tool. But today only, if you missed it or if you were late, if you decide to sign up today using the code PDAY for President's Day, and you go yearly, not only do you get the MGL swag bag mailed to you, but you're also going to get the Craft Hack Handbook mailed to you as well. This is today only. We just decided to do this like right before the live. We were like, why not? It's in the process of getting printed. We can add in a couple more for those that want to join in and get the Craft Hack Handbook. If you sign up for yearly membership today, you can get this for free, a $197 value, because not only do you get the book, but you also get the course that goes along with it. And then for our friends who are already yearly members but still want access to the Cricut, the Craft Hack Handbook, you can also purchase any other MGL project or any other MGL course today, and you can also get your name in the hat to get the Craft Hack Handbook for free. So,
love it. Okay, I lost a couple wood pieces here, but it's okay. It still looks really cute.
Yes, President's Day sale is all this week, but the Craft Hack Handbook is only today, Monday, February 19th.
Okay, I just tore off that backing. I want to like put this on something. Can I just put it on my cup? Because I want to see if it's going to sit, you know? Let's put it on the back side. Probably not good to put it on a round surface.
Or a cup that's going to get wet.
Yeah, I'm just want to see if
how
it would apply. Yeah, I mean, this is just a very cool, unique little craft. These would make, someone said magnets, and I was like, yeah, magnets would be super cool. So anyways, that's pretty much, that's how you do it. And then this one, obviously you can just pop this off and the adhesive is on there and you are ready to go. Here's our other one. Very cool. And that's it, guys.
Very cool.
Yes. Now I'm gonna take this off and sit it here. All right.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's hard for me to sit down. I'm so sorry.
I'm
so sore.
You good?
Okay. All right.
Wow, this craft today was so cool and so different than really anything that we've ever done.
I know. I love it. And I'm really excited for y'all to see those leather stickers that we're doing.
I know.
For the Craft Month kickoff. It's going to be super fun.
They're very, very cute.
Yeah. And
very cute.
We're also going to be back tomorrow and Wednesday. So if y'all want to craft with us this week, we're going to be here. Tomorrow we are making faux embossed sweatshirt.
Yep.
It's going to be so fun. And then also we are making, I think your grandchildren's sign is Wednesday?
On Wednesday, yes.
Okay, that one's fun too. So we're going to be working with wood again on Wednesday, and tomorrow we're going to be working with puff vinyl. So very cool.
Super exciting.
Yes. But if y'all want to sign up, make sure to get the link in the description, or you can get it in the chat box right now, and get signed up, y'all. This is like,
get that Craft Hack Handbook while it's free right now, because it's not going to be free forever. But I mean, it's kind of like getting two things in one. Like if there is a program that you've been wanting to sign up for, or if you just want to go ahead and extend your yearly membership, you can email customer service and do that as well. And get your hands on this book. Like we said earlier, they are in the process of being printed currently. We did get a proof of the book. They look so good.
they look amazing.
They're not like any other book that we have done before. They're actually like a bound, like paperback book.
Honestly, really similar to this.
Very similar to this.
It's like a what do they call it? Like a coffee table book. That's like kind of what it gives me the vibe of, which I really personally really like. I love a coffee table book. So
I know.
All right. If you missed the masterclass and you are already a member, they are on the website. Actually, the last one may not be on the website yet, but it will be this week.
Yeah.
It should be up. I don't know. I'll check for you guys. But if you ever miss one, they go on the website usually a few days after we have it. So That's it. Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow at the same time, 1:30 Eastern Standard. And yeah.
Make sure that you comment either on while we're live now or on the replay, because remember, on Friday we are giving away a $100 Amazon gift card.
Yes.
So exciting.
All right.
We will see you guys tomorrow, though.
Bye.
Bye, guys.